I don't want rich bitches. I want nuns. Nuns. Nice nuns.
Rectify my mistake. As you can see by last week's video, I found a 34. They're here. Hopefully by the time this video come out, I would have gotten rid of the 32 because I don't need two of the same item. A bit of history of these trousers. Came out in spring summer 19. Babel, Tower of Babel, Tatlin Tower, Confusion, Structure versus Confusion, Constructivism versus Chaos. A beautiful, beautiful collection. The collection is known for the nylon parka that came with the rods that would exaggerate the human form. Though I think those are cool, I think these pants are the best items from that collection. I think Rick agrees with me because you can see that the pants are on almost every single look. Rick does release these pants with a tamer version seasonally. I would recommend you all to find a Runway piece. Wait, don't succumb to the availability of the standard because I think the extra flaps, I truly think they're superior. So be patient. Wait for it, you will find these trousers, and I promise you, you will love these Runway version more than the seasonal versions. Let's start this review from the top down. Waistband is elasticized like most Rick Owens pants. I love them because my weight fluctuates often by my diet and exercise or lack thereof. We'll talk about sizing later in the video. Some part of me dislike the elasticized nature because I love how professional and how well put I feel when I wear pants with the buttons. Wearing this kind of remind me of sweatpants. The other side is, the good side I mean, it's incredibly practical and it is so relaxing and so easy to wear because let's say you ate a big dinner, you know, you can loosen it, or if you lost weight, tighten it, it's fine, you know, options. We love options on this channel. Gray drawstring, the iconic long gray drawstring. I say this all the time. Rick Owens pant without the gray drawstring feels incomplete. It's a beautiful, beautiful signifier of a pair of pants from Rick Owens. I don't believe Rick is the first person to use the long gray drawstring because fashion has existed so long. Rick started his brand in 1994 or something like that, and fashion had existed almost 100 years prior. So similar to how we think about tweed jacket, we think about Chanel. I truly think Rick has done it so much and done it so well that when we see long drawstring, we think of Rick Owens. I'm very, very happy that the pants fit me perfectly, that I don't have to tie the string. The longer they are, the better. It adds the finishing touch to an outfit for me. The rise of these trousers is 14 to 15 inches, which is good. I would have loved 16, 17 because it doesn't hurt to be higher. More room for your cock and ball. If you're a woman, more room for your RB sandwiches. Rise. Though this is higher than normal, the narrow body and the material make the high rise feel as though it's only 12 inches. It's a bit complicated. Hopefully by the end of this video, I'm able to land the planes for all the points I'm flying to you right now. Before we continue, let me show you a side-by-side of how long it takes to put these pants on with the size 32 pants. Play it in real time, please. The extra space on the waistband made these pants incredibly easier to wear, especially when it comes to driving or sitting in general. Easier to maneuver and accomplishing tasks such as bending down, jumping, and whatnot. Pockets. The pockets, they sit more forward on the pants. Most pockets are on the side, easier to reach. These are basically on the front of your thighs, which is a new experience for me. Well, for you guys, for me, I already own. You know what I mean. I always miss the opening because it blends in really well to the rest of the pants. Space-wise though, very small. It's a really weird detail. I think this was done because the main body of the pants are so much narrower. So let's talk about that real quick. When compared to say my banana trouser, the main body of these pusher pants are so much smaller or more narrow. I think they did this because the extra side fabrics, which we will talk about later, Rick and the team at Owens probably didn't want the pants to be too out of place, so they had to push the main body in to accommodate for the extra flap. Another thing I just realized, they probably did this so the flap would be more on the front and not pushed too far back, so it's always flapping out and not sitting too far back. Back pockets, we're not going to talk about it. They're there, never use it. They do have snap button closures, so you do sense they're present when sitting on a hard surface, which can be quite uncomfortable when you sit there for a long time. My opinion on the pockets though. I never like to put my belongings in my trousers because they change the shape of the trousers. I don't like the bulge, the budges. I'm always wearing a jacket with pockets, or I'm wearing a bag, or I'm driving, so I never need to use it. I never want to use it. Lovely detail though. I'd rather have them than not have them, even if I don't use them. You never know when you're gonna need them, so have them in case you do need them. And on top of that, the pockets, they do if you take the pockets away, you see empty spots, and you don't want too many empty spots. You want a bit of stimulant, you know, to keep it exciting, to keep it dynamic. Embroidery on the crotch. With Rick Owens product, I generally don't buy them when I see logo or pattern or anything to that nature. I buy Rick Owens for the shape and for the material. I was hesitant to get these because of the embroidery. I believe it was inspired by the work of Tatlin and the constructivism movement. The movement was started or popularized by Tatlin and Rodchenko. According to magazine.artland.com, in constructivism, the role of an artist was to reimagine. The artist became an engineer wielding tools instead of a painter holding a brush. For the constructivists, artwork were part of a greater visual program meant to awaken the masses and lead them towards awareness of class divisions, social inequalities, and revolution. The constructivists believed that art had no place in the hermetic space of the artist studio. Rather, they thought that art should reflect the industrial world and that it should be used as a tool in the communist revolution. Very, very political. I can't personally make out the shape. If you know what it is, please let me know in the comment down below. I would love to learn, and then other people can learn too. Again, I was hesitant, but I've grown to appreciate them a little bit. Think ice cream, you know, they're perfectly fine, but this embroidery is like peanut or gummy bear, you know. Now here's an extra detail that my old pair didn't have that I appreciate greatly on these pair. These side strip of different material on the lateral part of the pants. It's an extra panel of fabric to elevate the pants and make them pop a bit more. It is 100% cotton, however, it has this rugged feel to it, very tough and scratchy. Hopefully I get some audio for you. If not, just take my words for it. My personal opinion, I think it's in reference to the imperfection or rough look and feel of concrete, metal, steels, those materials that the constructivism movement love, because it rejects perfection. You also get the embroidery that comes off of the panel or the fabric. Over time you will step on them. It's your choice to cut them or not, but it's a great extra detail to make the pants feel a bit more alive, feels a bit more vicious. It's, again, imperfection, rejecting modern beauty of perfection that you see in the likes of Chanel, Hermes, Michael Kors. The main attraction, the extra side flaps running down the outer legs with a line of visible snap button closures. Functional, by the way. Again, these pants were inspired by the warm-up easy snap on and off pants that were popular among basketball players in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I don't know if the current basketball players still wear them, but I think the main goal of those pants are like to keep your body warm, so when they're ready to sub in, their body temperature doesn't fluctuate too much and cause a problem. Though, unlike those pants, these pants are not completely snap on and off because the waist, there's no Velcro, so the waistband is permanent. I typically wear these with 2 or 3 unbuttons at the bottom because I want the pants to flare out a bit more. This is the main reason why I wanted these pants. The flaps, they make the pants look so new and so different from every other pants on the market. Though I should say, they only look good from the front. From the back, they look really stupid. My friend Swan said the same thing. When they're not flared out, they look like every other pair of regular pants, so it's not that good. It's not worth the price that I paid for if it were to be flat, you know, the flaring. That's the main reason why I wanted it. Floor length, which is amazing. They sit on my footwear perfectly. It should be noted though that most of my footwear, they have very chunky midsoles. When you wear it with, say, my Stan Smith, you know, they touch the ground. So what happens then is that you can just lift it higher, or you can snap the button closer so then it doesn't flare out as much. Like, this is the beauty of high-rise trouser, right? If it sits too low, raise it up. If it sits too high, raise it down. You have that option. When I got these from the Real, the hem was fucked up a bit-ish. There weren't any big holes, but you can see that it's kind of roughed up. Hopefully the video has shown you that. The person who owned it before me either wore it with care or they were as tall as me, so the pants don't go underneath the trouser that much or often. For the price that I got it for, I'm satisfied with them, my opinion. I am a big fan of the length. When you go on Grail, when you go on eBay, you see all of these Babel pusher pants and the hems, they are all fucked up. I don't know how those people wear their pants. Why like it? When you're not including the flap on the side, they're slightly wider, but not wide like my pannier trouser. Again, the body is a bit more squished in toward the middle. I'm a fan of wide-legged trouser because I love the look of big pants, small top. Some people prefer the opposite. More room for your leg, wide-legged trouser, more room for your leg. Breathing is easier. I'm very glad the current zeitgeist has shown wide-legged trousers some love, because I remember back in the early 2010s, with Hedy Slimane going so strong at YSL, with Raf Simon, the skinny trousers were having a moment, or Fear of God too, Fashion is cyclical. Right now, the wide-legged trousers in, a few designers will go back to the skinny, and then people will love skinny, and then people will start making TikTok throwing away their wide-legged trousers. Just don't get into the trend. Wear what you like, do what you like. This is 100% nylon. It doesn't say Econar, so let's just say it's a regular nylon. If you're not familiar, regular nylons are made with crude oil, which is bad for the environment. Also, I'm told by the fake media that is Fox News. It has a crisp technical hand feel. The fabric is made using GRS certified recycled nylon, which ensures a reduction in water consumption, emission, and hazardous waste, lessening the dependence on non-renewable resources. I am a fan of this fabric for the feel of it, but for the practical reason, I think one of the main reasons why I think these pants are a bit harder to wear, to put on, blah 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 like that, I think it's because of the nylon, because whatever the fit the nylon is, that's what it is. It doesn't change, but it's not that stretchy. There's weird creases everywhere when one, which I like, might not be your cup of tea if you want to get that very professional look. If you do want that, I would recommend getting the 100% cotton so there's no weird creases. One of the reasons why I don't like this fabric, it's very hard to itch my leg. There was this one time I was driving. I nearly crashed my car because my leg was super itchy. I think a mosquito was biting me or something. It was so itchy, it was bothering me so much that I pulled over on the highway to itch my leg. That was how itchy it was, because I couldn't get to it. I had to go under, and with the pants, it was just a lot of work. I made an executive decision to pull over rather than risk crashing my car because I wanted to scratch my leg. With regard to leather, nylon, it's great, but there's so many holes to let the air in, so it's not that winter friendly. If you want to wear these in the winter, put some legging underneath or your legs are gonna be freezing. I believe these retail for $1,800. I'm not too sure. I wasn't into Rick at the time. I saw it on a Grail listing. Somebody wrote in the description, so I'm not too sure. If I'm incorrect, please comment down below if you know. On the secondary market, you can find them from roughly 1K to 2.5K, but most of the pair on the secondary market, the hems are also fucked up. It just, those people really don't know how to wear these trousers. For a really great condition, you'll most likely spend around 2K, so they kind of do hold their value a little bit. I would wait. Stock eBay, Grail, Facebook groups. Don't get the regular version. Don't succumb to the availability. Just wait for it. The Runway version is so much better. I got these for $400 on the RealReal, which is an amazing steal. I was stocking these pants for 2 to 3 weeks straight. Ever since I started this YouTube thing, I've been taking it a bit more seriously, just stocking more pieces online, just content. This is a size 34, which is a large. The other pair was a 32. As you can see by the B-roll, it's just easier to wear these pants sitting, doing tasks, putting them on. Everything is easier. I'm very happy with this pair. The other pair, I knew it's gonna frustrate me, so I never wore it. I couldn't wait to get rid of it. I couldn't wait to sell it, use that money to buy this pair, which I'm very happy that I've done so. So with regard to sizing, I would recommend getting true to size or one size up. Don't be an idiot like I did, risking it. Oh, 32, it's a large size waistband, you'll be able to wear it. No, the construction of these pants, the narrow main body, the nylon material, it's a super weird pair of pants. So go true to size or one size up. beautiful, beautiful pair of pants. I'm excited that they fit better, want a lot more than the other pair. I'm sorry though that this video is a bit shorter and I might not sound too enthusiastic because I already talked about it extensively. My excitement was already done with the other video, the other pair. Not a lot of differences. These pants are literally from the same Runway, so great pair of pants. I'm happy to have this in my collection. If you have any questions, send me an email, comment down below, tell me what you think. You don't have to talk about clothes either. Tell me how your day went. Tell me whatever you want to tell me. My name is Makasy. It's a bad day, not a bad life. Bye-bye.